Kiss me, infect me with your love and fill me with your poison. Take me, take me. Wanna be a victim, ready for abduction. You're an alien. Your touch is alien. It's supernatural. Extraterrestrial.
On the road, I got what they waiting for. On run from nothing, dog. Get your soul. Just tell them ain't laying low. You was never really rooting for me anyway. When I'm back up at the top, I wanna hear you say, you don't run from nothing, dog. Get your soul. Just tell them that the break is over.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, today we have two absolute monsters going at it head to head, tooth and claw, sword, plasma, missiles, everything. Grimlock, the menace to every Decepticon and Predacon that has ever walked Cybertron, and Mecha Godzilla, the absolute menace in Godzilla King of the Monsters. Sorry, Godzilla vs. Kong. Whoops. So, little thing before we get into this. The versions, Monsterverse versus, Transformers Prime or the Aligned Continuity, whichever one you guys like to call it. So, yes, we are going to be using that version. Now, Rise of the Dark Spark apparently counts as well because it's connected to it. It's a weird thing. I honestly feel like Rise of the Dark Spark should not have been made because now it just throws a monkey wrench into the entire Transformers lore in general. Like how is lockdown, canon? How is half of the stuff in this game canon? Why are there only a few Autobots here? Why is we all, on from Cybertron back to Earth and back and forth? Okay, like you guys get it. But yeah, how strong is Mecha Godzilla? Let's start with him, right? Well, he's easily stronger than Godzilla and Kong here. Now, be it Godzilla and Kong were both weakened here, I still don't think it takes away from him being possibly strong enough to compete with them, or to at least fight them in their, when they're at full strength. I don't think this should be a downgrade to them to fight them at full strength because Mechagodzilla was created to, fight these kaiju. He was pretty much made to, fight these types of monsters here and pretty much duke it out with them on a regular. As for Grimlock, he's ridiculously strong. Okay. For starters, before he even got his Dinobot protein shake, or, his Dinobot injection, alright, this dude was able to shrug off Insecticons like they were nothing. Alright, he literally busted out of a horde of Insecticons that were dogpiling him and trying to rip him apart, alright? Then when he gets his Dinobot DNA, this dude is so strong, he can beat down and go toe-to-toe with Predacons. Alright, now if you want to really get a good glimpse of how strong and ridiculously dangerous Predacons are, you can watch Predacons Rising. I got a little clip in here anyway, a little snippet from the movie, with Skylynx and Darksteel absolutely demolishing Ultra Magnus and Smokescreen. Alright, it is absolutely ridiculous, okay? Grimlock also possesses his sword and shield in this battle as well. He's got the ion sword and ion shield. These are able to slice ion particles, which are pretty much on the molecular, pretty much, one of the smallest atoms out there. So that sword is literally like bypassing your durability because it's made to slice atoms, basically. Like on a subatomic level even, you can just... That's what Grimlock is slicing and blocking with a sword and shield. So say if this guy was to get blasted by a, let's say the Sentry, right? Because he has molecular manipulation. I'm just using that as an example here. So let's say if Grimlock gets blasted by the Sentry by using a molecular manipulation blast, right? He can literally hold up his shield and be like, no, we're done here. It's not even the fact that Grimlock is also, adorable enough to take those kinds of weapons, that are pretty much cutting him, and he's literally fine from him. He can heal from it as well. Dude's got a pretty OP healing factor. Shockwave literally beat this dude down, ripped his chest out, and, you know, literally like, destroyed his optics, destroyed his eyes, right? And, this dude gets his Dynamite injection, and he heals up. Like nothing happened. Like, as soon as the injection is in, boop, healed. Done. Now, Grimlock's sword and shield can pretty much be used for a plethora of ways here. The dude can deflect energy. He's been able to, crack a defriction barrier, which is a big deal. Because defriction barriers are known to deflect attacks. Even by gameplay mechanics here, these guys can even block attacks from Metroplex. Alright, that should really be speaking loud for themselves here. But here's the thing here. Grimlock is able to kill Predacons, right? If you guys want to scale here, I can definitely get Predacons to multi-continental, to even planetary, if we're being honest here. Now, I would definitely say the Predacons are definitely at high end, you know, planetary, because Skylynx and Darkskill were actually able to take attacks from Galvatron, who was basically powered by Unicron the entire time, so really it's nothing here. And these guys were able to take 2 shots and weren't even knocked out. They were more like dazed than knocked out here, which is actually ridiculously impressive, if I have to say here. So these Predacons were able to take attacks from Unicron, and Unicron, just by stretching a limb, was able to just cause multi-continental damage across the entire planet. And if he decided to fully stretch out, boom, there goes the planet. Done. Now what about Mecha Godzilla? Where does he scale? He definitely scales in the, I want to say multi-continental range, but he's not at that level. He's actually in the continental ranges of power here, because he's definitely stronger than 2014 Godzilla. Alright, he's definitely stronger than that Godzilla. Alright, so this Godzilla was able to fight a monster named Muto Prime, right? Who was able to cause earthquakes with just a step, and actually uses these earthquakes to attract Godzillas. So not only is this monster able to attract Godzilla, it's able to cause earthquakes and just a massive amounts of damage with just by its steps alone here. And Godzilla, with maybe a little bit of help here, was able to beat that that Muto Prime. Okay, was able to beat Muto Prime and minded up killing her. So yeah, now what about Kong here? Again, Kong would also be in the continental ranges of power here. He's able to definitely beat down other monsters like Camazotz. Okay, he was able to beat Camazotz and was actually able to go toe-to-toe with Godzilla. And he's actually killed an Icarus Tiger, which are pretty interesting. Now, Godzilla, before Godzilla vs. Kong, was actually fighting against other monsters while also still tired. Okay, he was able to casually toss aside Titanus Amalok, who was actually destroying Behemoth in a brawl. So again, these monsters also scale to, 2014 Godzilla, if not slightly above 2014 Godzilla, considering they all pretty much survived the Permian extinction, and they're all able to eat nukes casually. So again, they're pretty strong. This Godzilla also tore a net holding Titanus Nakika, was able to fight against Skilla pretty easily, meaning these monsters pretty much do scale to the 2014 to Godzilla, King of the Monster Godzilla. Although Godzilla was stronger than them, but still they're ridiculously impressive. Now, as for Grimlock, he was able to beat down Backbite, alright, who was able to throw around his Dinobot brethren like it was nothing here. Then, they're packing their own versatility. Like I said, Grimlock has his sword and shield in this fight here. And Mechagodzilla has his Proton Scream. He also has his Buzzsaw Claws, his Missile Launcher, and is able to channel the power of the Hollow Earth into his attacks here and produce some devastating effects here. Even his tail can be used as a drill, which is absolutely devastating. So, yeah, let's get into this. Who actually wins here? Oh, yeah, I should actually note, Grimlock actually gets stronger due to his actual rage. Alright, this is like the one Grimlock that I think I know why fans like the best here, because he gets a Hulk rage amp boost here. So basically, the angrier he gets, the stronger he gets. Alright, and that's pretty much like a constant thing here. Like, that means the longer the fight continues, he's going to just get one over you. So, first things first, physicality. Now, I don't really think I need to say that Grimlock does take the edge here in... Yeah, I would definitely say durability. Let's start with that. Not only does he have a healing factor, but the fact is he's taking attacks from just as powerful, if not slightly more powerful characters. Like, the strongest monster in that verse, in the Monsterverse, is Burning Godzilla. And the second strongest would be Ghidorah. Alright? Burning Godzilla was able to literally, just demolish Ghidorah like it was nothing. So again, it shows here. Then you have the Predacons, which are some of the strongest beings in the verse other than Unicron. Yeah, that goes a lot to say. That goes far to say here. And the fact that Grimlock is already above average Decepticon super soldiers. Now, those will count as, like, combiners. Like, you know, the Constructicons, the Combaticons. You guys get it, right? Okay? So, these, Dinobots, sorry, Grimlock himself is above that tier here. And Predacons are also above that tier here. It really shouldn't be a, no-brainer. So, these guys are just capable of just going toe-to-toe with these characters so casually and so easily. And then you have Mecha Godzilla, who's been able to take attacks from Godzilla. But once Kong actually got his axe charge, he just kind of folded him easily. Even in strength, I definitely say Grimlock, you know, takes the edge here. The only way I see Mecha Godzilla winning is if he uses his long-range combat advantage. But even then, I do think Grimlock can get around that with his sword and shield. Because hear me out. He can aim the scream all he wants. Grimlock can just put the shield right above him, block it, charge through it, bam, hit that boy in the jaw. Alright? I mean, this is a verse where we're... sorry. We're basically comparing a verse where you think, oh, because the creatures are smaller, they just win, right? No, it's two different verses that definitely operate on different functions. Yes, size does matter, and size does, most of the time, equal power here. But in this situation, it's really about the feats they have. Grimlock can kill Predacons. Alright, something that was hard even for Optimus Prime. Alright, it was hard for Optimus Prime and Ultra Magnus, who's basically like base Optimus Prime level, to or probably a little bit weaker. I think that could definitely be a discussion video. He's definitely probably season 1 Optimus Prime level, but again, he's probably weaker than that. But yeah, these Predacons were able to just thrash Autobots casually. We even see it from Predaking being able to slap around Autobots easily. But you could say Predaking's a bit stronger than you know, the other Dinobots and all that good stuff here. But yeah, these guys are just ridiculously strong here. You might say, well, Godzilla's more durable than them because, you know, he survived multiple extinction events. Okay, let's talk about that. So, Godzilla survived the permanent extinction, one of the most powerful events on Earth. Something that nearly wiped out all life on Earth here. Okay, that's pretty good here, but the thing is, the Predacons, again, are like Earth's dinosaurs, and they also survived that, and waited millions and millions of years until the Decepticons came. But they never did, and they eventually, you know, withered out and eventually just died, meaning they survived the human version, or that versus version of the permanent extinction, while the ones on Cybertron had their cataclysm, which basically wiped out majority of life on the planet at that time. So yeah, these guys, yeah, you can definitely argue that Mechagodzilla can win it, maybe because his characters are more durable, but Grimlock is definitely stronger. He's definitely more durable. He has the healing factor and the rage boost, while he can pretty much dodge and weave around most of Mecha Godzilla's attacks and pretty much gut him with his sword. His sword is going to slide through that metal armor like it's a hot knife through butter. He's slicing off Mecha Godzilla's limbs and probably just going to jump inside of him and tear him apart from the inside out. He's not above doing this, as in many forms of media, he's jumped inside Trypticon and just busting him up from the inside. So I can really say he does that here. So at the end of the day here, I think it was kind of obvious, even from my own point of view, even from my scaling. I think we all can agree here, Grimlock takes this more often than not. But let me know what you guys think. Please comment down below, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.